Hey guys, Satyajit Pattnaik here and welcome to this brand new series on end-to-end Power BI projects. In this tutorial, in this particular video, we shall be focused on cybersecurity domain. We will be creating a cybersecurity breaches dashboard. When it comes to data analytics or a data science project, there are four things to remember. Four important things which you should take care before writing any project in your resumes or before even going for an interviews. So one thing is business understanding. You can write any project in your resumes. You can do any of your projects as part of your portfolio building. But always remember one thing, that what exactly is the business problem? What is the business problem you are trying to solve? Because when it comes to data analytics and data science, the most important factor is business understanding. Only when you understand the business, you will have that decision making capability to solve that business problem. So in this particular project, we shall be covering business understanding. What exactly is the domain knowledge? What exactly is the business understanding? What business problem are we trying to solve here? The second important thing we will be talking about is the data set. How the data set has been created. Are we creating that data set from scratch? The answer would be no, but I will be explaining you how the data set is created. Because mostly when people go for data analytics or data science, they mostly tend to pick readily available data sets from various portals like Kaggle, like GitHub, and most of the data is structured. Do we get such data when it comes to real time projects or in real industries? The answer is no. We usually get unstructured data. We get data from different sources, then we combine it, and then we do some data cleaning activities and then make it structured. So I'll not be able to show you the entire process of how the data has been created, but I will also be explaining you some sort of data storytelling techniques on what you can tell your interviewers when you're going for this job, and if you have written this project as part of your resume. So first thing which we will be covering is business understanding, then dataset understanding. The third important thing is exploratory data analysis. What EDA processes are we following here? How are we analyzing the data? Once you do the EDA step, the fourth and the final step is dashboard creation. I hope everybody knows what is the importance of creating a dashboard. The importance of creating a dashboard is numerous. There are a lot of importances. You can also pitch into your customers, you can pitch into your management, because once your data insight gathering is done, it's always good to represent the entire insights as form of a beautiful dashboard, which will do the storytelling by itself, right? So four major things to cover: problem understanding, dataset understanding, EDA, and then dashboard creation. So let's get started with this particular topic, which is cybersecurity breaches dashboard. Now, what exactly is cybersecurity? I'm pretty much sure you won't get this kind of end-to-end Power BI projects anywhere on this web. I have done a lot of research and then come up with these kind of end-to-end projects. This is the first video, of course, and we shall be, uploading more and more upcoming videos as well on various other industries which are kind of untouched, and you won't get much information from the web. So, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is the application of technologies, processes, and controls to protect systems, networks, programs, devices, and data from cyber attacks. Cyber attacks are not common. They have been happening since quite a long time, right? Cybersecurity is very important field, and there are very less companies who are dealing with cybersecurity breaches. And when it comes to cybersecurity plus AI, even the number of companies are even smaller than that. Cybersecurity aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks and protect against the unauthorized exploitation of systems, networks, and technologies. Now, I personally come from a cybersecurity background, so I know the pain of working in a cybersecurity based company. Because when you are developing POCs, proof of concepts, it's pretty simple. Spam filtering, fraud detection, all these kind of things. But when it comes to real time, it's definitely a painful job. But anyways, let's go ahead with the data analytics project. What exactly is the use case? This will give you a business understanding of the use case. The use case is to develop the basic understanding of analysis of the cybersecurity breaches occurred in the past and how many breaches are currently open, number of employees which are affected by it, and the type of breaches. Now, a brief background about the use case. Now, the data set which we have is basically some sort of like this. I will show you the data set. Now, you can see number, which is your row number, covered entity, business associate involved. So, this is basically some of the breaches that has happened, what are the type of breaches, and what is the location of the breached information, how the breach was located, when the breach happened, which department has captured the breach or identified the breach, country of the like country where the breach happened, which employee has found out the breach. Now this is a structured data set, and this is a data set which talks about the breach which has happened, who has captured it, and which branch has captured it, which country the breach happened, when the breach happened. But there is a lot of story behind that, how the breaches are captured. Now, breaches are captured using various AI techniques, various machine learning techniques. So, just imagine millions and millions of logs are getting generated, millions and millions of network logs are getting generated, and out of millions, there could be 5 or 10 instances where some breach is happening. Maybe it's a hacking or maybe something which is wrong, right? So, breaches are normally identified by AI. So, even before AI came into picture, how it was happening. So what happens is in a cybersecurity company, there are some cybersecurity analysts. So whenever the transactions comes in, based on some rules, some rule-based techniques are there, which identify certain breaches, which identify certain records or certain events as breaches. Now just imagine out of millions, based on our rules, maybe 1,000 breaches are identified. So those 1,000 breaches goes to various data analysts, not data analysts, I would call them cyber security analysts. So let's say you have 10 cyber security analysts. So 1,000 breaches goes 100 to each analyst. Now those analysts actually cross examine those 100 breaches that are identified by the system as part of a rule based algorithm, and then they confirm that these are actually the breaches or not. This is how a real time thing happens. And once, just imagine out of those 1,000, 200 are the actual breaches that are, you know, being accepted by the analysts. So that data goes into the AI system. So now your AI system has 1 million records. Out of that, 200 breaches. Based on that, you create your classification model, which will be able to understand the pattern of these 200 breaches that has happened. This is a hugely imbalanced data set because out of millions, there are just 200 breaches. So you can imagine it's less than 1% of data, which is actually fraud data. 99% is good data. So creating a machine learning model is going to be a very hectic task because of the imbalanced data nature. And then the AI or the data science team or the machine learning team creates the model, and then the model is being uh, you know published or kind of made public to the company. So this is how an end-to-end project works. Now this data set is pretty simple. These are the different data breaches that are being captured by various individuals, who has captured it and stuffs like that. Now the question here is, What are we trying to solve here? Now just imagine your manager tells you that give me a dashboard of the total breaches that has happened over the past 1 year. Who has solved most of the breaches? Who has identified most of the breaches? Some sort of dashboard like that. So in that case, this data analytics dashboard comes into the picture. So here we are trying to create a Power BI dashboard which will be able to summarize all these details and give a clear picture to the management. I hope everybody is clear. Now, moving on to the analytics project lifecycle. So this is what the analytics project lifecycle happens. There are 6 major phases: understanding and planning. So before couple of minutes, I talked about 4 major steps, right? Business understanding, data understanding, EDA, and dashboard creation. So this is kind of a detailed, the 4 phases are part of this phases as well. So the first phase is understanding and planning, where you try to understand the problem and then try to plan what should be the next steps. Then comes the data, work cross functionally to gather and process data. Then comes analysis, which means solving problems, presentation, documentation, and then modification. This is a general analytics project timeline. So we have 5 different dashboard components, which we will be showing you, of course. So first one is homepage. Homepage showcasing the high level KPIs and redirection to other sub pages. So whenever we create a data analytics project or a dashboard like this, be it a Power BI dashboard or a Tableau dashboard, I don't know how others do it, but I usually prefer a website look. I always prefer a home page. There will be certain buttons for navigation, and upon clicking on those buttons, you will be getting more information. This is what I do. And whenever I create a dashboard, I create the dashboard's background image in some tool like Canva or Snappa. Many people have asked me, why do you use Canva or Snappa? Why don't you use the existing functionalities of Power BI and Tableau? The answer to this is the existing functionalities of Power BI and Tableau are way too simple approaches. So I would like to give my dashboard a better look. In order to do that, I usually create my dashboard backgrounds in various tools, mostly Canva. So homepage, then we have employee ranking, which provides ranking of the employee who solved most of the breaches. Then comes department wise analysis, which department has solved the most number of cases, providing insight of the department breaches which occurs more. Then we have branch level analysis, and then we have finally the summary. So home, employee ranking, department analysis, branch analysis, and summary. These are the most important KPIs that we are dealing with. What is a KPI? Key performance indicator, right? Total breaches, open breaches, closed breaches, employee strength, average breach end days, estimate stolen data, affected employees, secured employees, affected employees. I think it's a repetitive KPI that has been explained here. Again, secured employees. Okay, this is affected employees percentage, and then affected employees as in numbers, and then find out breach employees. And this is a general dashboard design which has been created. Now we are done with the initial discussion phase. Now I will be jumping onto the data set. Data set overall, I have already explained what exactly the data set is. We have number, which is nothing but the serial number of it. Name of covered entity, what are the different entities. Business associate involved, you can see some of them have data, some of them don't have data. So this is not an important column to deal with. Total individuals, individuals affected, type of breach. So there are various type of breaches here. If I create a filter out of it, I will be able to see the different type of breaches. So there are hacking or IT incidents, improper disposal, loss. So there are various categories. Location of breached information, dates, breach started and ended, branch, department, country, who has found out the breaches, and what are the different employees URL. You can see these URL basically are nothing but different employees images. Okay. And then the estimated data loss. How many data loss has been done? Now after this one, I'll quickly jump into my Power BI dashboard. So before talking about the dashboard creation, I would like to say that in this project, we are using flat files. Okay. But in case you want to make it more professional, if you want to make it, you want to take it to the next level, what you can do is you can simply dump your data into your MySQL database and then use that as a connection to your Power BI. That you can do. But as it's a flat file, as we are not having a real-time data, so that is the reason, sorry, that is the reason I'm using flat files. Okay. But in case you are creating you are dumping your data into MySQL database, you can do this way. Let's say cyber security, use cyber. And once you have used the cyber, of course, there are no tables because we have just created this database. So there will be no tables. But what you can do is you can just refresh your schema, right click, and then tables, data import wizard. And then you can go to your folder. Let's say my folder is this one. All these files and deliverables will be provided to you, which makes your life simple. Power BI project, cybersecurity breaches, and here I'll give my Excel sheet. And then, do you want to use existing table? No, I want to create a new table. So cyber security. Okay, this is my new table. Click on next. It automatically identifies the various field types. Click on next, and the data will be imported. Now once your data is imported, you can use that database to your Power BI, and then you can create your dashboard. So it's up to you. If you want to use a flat file, you can. If you want to use a database like this, you can. So you can see the data has been created, the database has been created. Now if I run show tables, my table is created. Now I will do select star from this table. I'll be able to see all these records. Simple. You can use this to your Power BI dashboard as well. Let's say here, of course, I'm using flat files, but in case you want to connect it to MySQL database, it is very simple. Go to database, MySQL database, connect, and here you will be providing the database details. Let's say this is my local host, so I have provided local host, my database. Advanced option, I will click nothing and click on OK, and you can see I'm able to find my table. Cyber database has cyber underscore security and able to get the data. And then once you load it, your data will be loaded. Okay, so I'm not doing that as I'm using flat files. I'll not try to mess up with my dashboard right now. Now you can see there are multiple tabs here. First of all, we have home tab, where it's kind of a summarized data where we have total number of breaches, open breaches, closed breaches. You can see these are nothing but created measures. And I have also followed best practices. You can see apart from the data sets that I have, I also have a new query, which is a blank query, which is DAX measures. Inside my DAX measures, I have created all my measures. So what is this? Total breaches. You can see total breaches equals to count of the total number. Okay. Similarly, what is open breaches? Open breaches is total breaches where breach end equals to blank. That means they are open breaches. Just imagine this way. You have, okay, I'll talk about the data set directly. So you can see breach start date, right? Wherever your breach end date is null, that means they are open breaches. That means they are still open. We need to solve them. That's the main idea. So open breaches are nothing but calculate of total breaches where breach end equals to blank. What are the closed breaches? Very simple. Where it's not blank. Simple. The end date is not blank. What are the average breaches? Average of breach date difference. Okay, what is breach date difference? Breach date diff. So this is nothing but date difference between start date and end date. So let's say start date is 1st January 2021, end date is 10th January 2021. What is the difference in the number of days? 10 days, right? So this is the date diff function, date 1, date 2, and the difference in days. So based on that, you have created the average breach. So average of the date difference. Okay, just imagine the first breach happened was, I'm just explaining you each and everything so that it makes your life simple. The first breach start and end. Let's say first breach happened on 1st Jan 2021, end happened on 10th Jan 2021. So what will be the difference in days? 10 days. Second breach happened again on 2021 and it ended on 20 Jan 2021. The number of days difference is 20. So the average breach end days will be 10 plus 20 divided by 2. Simple, which is going to be 15. Okay. What is estimated stolen data? This is nothing but sum of the total stolen data. So this column, estimate stolen data, the sum of that. Affected employees, again sum of the individuals affected. Secured employees, total employee strength minus affected. So if you don't know what exactly is this, copy this, paste it here, and you will be able to find the measures. What exactly is this? Click on this. This is the total sum of the total individuals. So this is a summarized data, and in this data we have different tabs. If you control click, you will be redirect to those pages. Okay, so let me just talk about employee ranking now. Again, total breaches, find out breaches. These are the various slices that has been given in this dashboard, and this matrix or table gives you an idea about the different IDs, the employee who found out the breaches, their employee URLs, total breaches, open breaches, closed breaches, and the percentage of breaches found. And this is a visualization or a style that has been created. You can see this is a background image which I have used. This one. This is the background image that I have created. On top of that, I have just added the employee URL, okay, as a blank query, and you are able to visualize the images in between them. Okay, simple, very simple things. And again from here I have placed a card like this, and here I have placed employee, the total breaches, and the percentage of grand total. Okay, now as a slicer you can also select all these things: China, Denmark, India, Ireland, India. Okay, Chabi Khanna, Ali Khan, all these things. Okay, so I'll just cancel it out. And this is all about the employee ranking. It's very self-explanatory dashboard. You can also understand a lot more things once you go through these dashboards. But before going through these dashboards, I will recommend you to have at least intermediate level of understanding on Power BI. This is a department level analysis. You can see estimated stolen data of top 3 departments. So department is the legend he used here, and I have a pie chart. Total breaches and open breaches by department. So department 15 has the total breaches 312, the highest breaches, and department 2 has the lowest breaches. Okay. Similarly, I have closed breaches and total breaches here. Department 15, which has the highest closed breaches. So Department 15 has highest closed breaches and highest open breaches because it has the total number of breaches as highest. So Department 15 is getting the highest number of breaches. Affected employees and total employee strength. So these are the various graphs that has been used in department analysis. Similar kind of things, department and branch are kind of copy pasted uh, reports, I would say, but with minor changes. Here as a legend we are using branch, and here as a legend we are using department. That's it. Other than that, most of the things are same. Which branch has the highest total breaches? Branch 2. Okay, what is the benefit of this dashboard? Your manager will be able to visualize each and everything on this particular dashboard. He will get a summarized data. You don't have to go through each and every employee's data and find out the insights, right? And that is the beauty of creating a data analytics project on Power BI or Tableau. Again, this is a summarized data which talks about most of the things are already part of the home page, but I have given more details here. Total breaches 1055, open breaches, closed breaches, employee strength, average breach end days, estimate stolen data, my bad. Okay, affected employees, secured employees, affected employees, secured employees. So 3 million secured employees, and find out breach employees 11. So this is all about the dashboard. Our next step is to publish this dashboard and see how the dashboard is visualized on the Power BI service. Let me just publish it quickly. I will be using any workspace. It's up to you. Mostly, I don't have to talk about workspaces. I'm expecting when you are watching this video, you must be already having ideas about workspaces and all these things. So I will quickly go to app.powerbase.com, what is my user ID? Okay, this one is my user ID. Okay, I'm logged into the same user ID. I will go to my testing workspace, and here I will try to search cybersecurity breaches. I'm able to see it. And this is the final dashboard. Okay, this is the home page. If you click on employee ranking, you click on department analysis, you click on branch analysis, you click on summary. Looks good. So I have maintained a theme. I have given a website look. Of course, if you'd say this is not appealing enough when it comes to the presentation point of view or the looks point of view, well, for me it works. For me it is actually good. I like the concept, but in case you want to do some changes, you are welcome to do the changes as well. I'll be leaving the PBIX file, the data, the background images, everything as a deliverable of this project. So make sure you go through each one of them, understand the data, understand the Power BI file, and then rest is up to you. That's it. That's all about this particular project on cybersecurity. I hope you liked it, and we will be having more and more videos like this which talks about the end-to-end projects. Thank you.